Hello, Generals. This is Fiasco. We're back with Ultimate General Civil War. We're playing the Union Major General Let's Play, and we've cleaned the army up after Kettle Run, and we are preparing for the defense of the Thoroughfare Gap or Throughfare Gap. So a couple notes about the army. Most of First Corps is just kind of hanging out, and as is Second Corps. Third Corps is still ballast units, just basically every major I can get my hands on. And we're bumping up the infantry to 1,300. That's a number that it looks like my income can support. We've also got just a plenty of weapons, especially Harper's Ferries. That's 2 units right there, 2 units at least of Enfields, especially if I buy up. That's more, a unit of Lorenz's. We've got plenty of weapons to start supporting, bringing the general strength of the army up in terms of the strength of the individual brigades. We're also going to try and get some experience in some of our newer artillery, and then as we prep for the Battle of Second Bull Run, we're going to be flexing up to try and get First Corps and Second Corps to full fighting strength, and then maybe we'll see as much as Third Corps that I can get ready for the fight. But Thoroughfare Gap is a defensive battle, and you actually can play the Confederate side of the exact same engagement. We're listed as having 14,000, but that's 14,000 to my knowledge. That's 14,000 for the entirety of I Corps, which is not what's going to be here. So, we'll see. Your main army is attempting to track Jackson at Manassas, and some people are pushing through, and we want to prevent them from doing that. So, let's jump in. Got to defend kind of at the river. And you're able to bring basically your entire starting force. So my 1st and 2nd division is the entirety of my force. Oh, interesting. I didn't top off the unit. That's frustrating. So it says Smiths here. I've actually neglected to update that. That's my bad. I use the rep award to purchase 500 Burnsides. The Smith has not been impressing me, and the big thing is that the dangerous short range. And when I can, 2nd Light Infantry is going to be upgraded with Spencers. But for the time being, I need that standoff range, or I feel like I need or want the standoff range that the Burnside offers. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to post up here with some skirmishers over here, just kind of protect this flank. This, I don't want to say it's unassailable, but it's damn near unassailable. And then we're going to kind of occupy this position to make crossing the river expensive. On normal difficulty, I tend to occupy this position and then use light infantry or skirmishers and artillery to hold the center here. But this is Major General, and I'm kind of nervous about what that looks like. So we'll see. Anybody who's played this battle before or watched a dozen of the YouTube videos that are out about it knows that a brigade shows up here randomly on its own. I'm just going to detach a couple skirmishers and see if I can't morale shock it into place, and I'll make sure that I've got 2nd Light Foot back to handle that. Otherwise, we're going to try and blood 8th Field so they come to the Battle of 2nd Manassas with a star, and then we're going to see if we can't bump up 5th Counter Battery, because they were close to the point of having a 2nd star before the battle. So, yeah. Okay, so that's the initial outlay of our force, and then we'll start the battle, pause, and issue our initial orders. 8th and 15th are going to work well together as they both have Enfields. And then we're going to keep 5th back in order to sort of support. We're going to put the Rock of the Shiloh here to protect our extreme right. And then I'm going to have skirmishers over here. And then we'll just sort of see how that goes as far as that positioning. Okay, so initial orders have been given. Troop dispositions have been set. We're leaving 5th counter battery basically right here. Or no, is 5th moving? No, the 5th is fine. 5th is right where it needs to be. And that's where it's just in the most commanding position, essentially. And I'd like to get them there. The dream is to get their 2nd star because the 2nd star gives them a perk that can boost their stealth. And if I can, get them to that point, like things are good. They're also in a good position to provide supporting fire if 8th, 15th, or 5th gets engaged. And then the hope with 7th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd Lightfoot is 2nd, 4th are going to post up in such a way that they make it hard for the Confederates to cross. I want to deny them basically all of this river to them. I'm a little nervous about kind of what that means for this territory. There's relatively light defensive ground here, but what I'm concerned about is that there's not a lot of coverage here, but this is also wide open terrain, so it should be okay. And that's essentially the same thought process I'm using over here. I've got skirmishers here deployed forward just so that they can scout a little better. And then I'm going to do the same with skirmishers here. Yeah. So we see their units are around the same size as mine, actually a little small. This is probably a direct result of all those ballast units, I would imagine. My hope is that we can make it a bloody crossing for them, and then eventually I'm going to have and try and get 2nd Lightfoot to go cannon hunting to at least spot them, and then let the cannon do their thing, or possibly just engage. Hood's division is large and makes me nervous, but it should be okay. And it begins. Oh, goodness. All right, we're making their lives a little miserable. That's good. Just an amazing willingness to continue the attack. My goodness. All right. Drayton is hopefully being convinced that this might not be a great idea. Oh, this is a golden opportunity. Can you fire too? Maybe? Oh, I guess not. Okay, so their initial push over here has been repulsed. That's actually kind of massive because that's the arm of the army that I was the most worried about. For relatively light losses, quite a great deal more inflicted. And this prevents, I think, this left anchor or left flank from... Yeah, it's a Confederate left. This prevents the left from turning into kind of a real serious threat. However, now I'm kind of nervous about, like, do I have enough over here? I think we're just going to have to see. And I'm also kind of consciously aware that I need to pull troops back to help with the unit that's going to be showing up over here eventually. Yeah, so Drayton's also been convinced of the error of his ways. Yeah. So I want 4th to get their volley off, but then I want them to fall back such that in order to engage me, who is this, Benning, has to enter the water. So I want them to fall back to about here. And I mean, that's just kind of what I'm doing, is I'm using the river as a natural kind of thing to force them onto an engagement of my terms. This is not favorable as far as I'm concerned, but it is what it is. And obviously I need to get these guys out of there too. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Sorry, first, you're on your own for a moment. This is a major thrust of theirs, one that demands a response. There's only so long these kinds of skirmishers can do that. I wonder... Oh, they're shooting at Anderson. Okay, so I need to back up a bit. Great job, skirmishers. All right, good job. All right. We need to get this exactly right. They need to get in there. They need to morale shock them at like close range. Keep going. Keep going. Before they can wheel on you. Open fire. I'm less worried about those skirmishers. Yeah, that wasn't really what I had in mind. Be in the woods. All right. Place the 3rd on run so that he gets around to fire at Drayton. These units are closing in on shatter territory. Come on, stay in the fucking cover. Also shoot your guns. If you can get another shot off. Yep, better. Now stay in the cover. This is the best cover they're going to get, I think. Hold your ground. Knocked a gun out. Oh, that's terrible. All right, so my personal mismanagement of this unit aside, otherwise things are going fine. You know, this is, I think, a personal thing. Like, I've seen these be used well. I've seen them be used. Snipers are great. I've seen carbine skirmishers be used to good effect, and I'm sure it's just me. I'm sure it's just me. Otherwise, I need to find a way to turn the tide over here and really just... He's morale shocked. I'm taking heavier losses in this unit than anybody else in the entire brigade. Or division. So that's like super shitty. He needs to get the fuck out of there. But he's, like I said, he's morale shocked, so it's not a problem. He's just not leaving. And that's the problem. We're slowly starting to get there, I think. I think counter battery unit might be a little out of position. We'll see. The value of second Lightfoot may in the moment be in their sighting or spotting ability. I am getting to the point where I'm going to start eyeballing a counteroffensive. I'm not there yet. They haven't gotten their reinforcement. I don't know if they're gonna, frankly. I'm sure they will. They haven't gotten it yet. Yep, there it is. Okay. Hit them from every possible side so they get the fuck out of here. No. Shoot that. Yeah, every possible reason to get rid of them. We need to ensure the sternest possible response to this attempted crossing. So, of course, let's let user error prevent that from working. All right. Good. Course has decided to go. But now we've got Jenkins, up in our grill. And I think more importantly, Hood can get flank shots on 15. It's just not a good time for anybody. Well, anybody on the Union side anyway. All right, cool. So that was a combination of artillery and then the skirmishers together. Got Brown's battery to the point of, not really being sure if this whole fighting the battle thing was going to be a thing. And now it's just kind of an issue of continuing to run them down. If I can deal with law, I'm going to go on the counteroffensive. I'm not there yet. And I mean, the Confederates aren't done. They seem to still have numeric parity. No, not quite. Okay. They still think that the forces are relatively even, though. That's interesting. Yeah. Oh, there must be cannon somewhere over here, which would be totally in the range of the counter battery unit. Excellent. All right, we're going to pull first back. Use the cover. Oh, like I'm so tempted to try and jump on that, but I just think it's a good way to get... It's probably just a really good way to get a bunch of my guys dead. Yep, there we go. Okay. Okay, all right. You know, yeah, they're doing all right for themselves. That was a vicious volley. Great job, Second Lightfoot. Maybe. Shatter time. Go home. Decide it's over. Call it a day. You've had a, great round. I may not need to worry about going on the counteroffensive. If they keep coming to me, hey, so much the better, I suppose. Oh, where did they go? They didn't shatter, did they? Oh, no, they didn't. Okay. Okay. We are going to see if it's safe to cross. Oh, no, don't do that. Alright, looks like it's about that time. Yeah, this is like the concentration of what's left of their force. Just a bunch of weird, disparate elements all over the place. Alright, I'm going for that supply wagon at this point. Yeah, there you go. All right, I think it's probably time. All right. So I'm charging 7th in because, I mean, Law is so routed at this point that why not milk the kills, basically? I'm a little nervous about the skirmishers. They don't themselves tend to have very good melee stats, but there's no reason not to get what I can out of this and see if I can't capture Law. He's the last one left, right? Yeah, he's it. So it occurs to me, I didn't actually see it happen, but I'm guessing one of the artillerymen got Jackson, which is super cool. Yeah, there's not much of Law left, as you can see. So yeah, pretty happy with the battle overall. Still learning how to use these right, but I either need to use them in larger force, like as a grouping together or something, or I don't know. I think I'm most of the way there. With the carbine skirmishers. I really do like what they do and how aggressive I can be with them. But not quite. And as good as these units did for outreach, they both did very well as far as outreach damage is concerned. There are some scenarios where I just don't think a 24-pound howitzer can be beat. All right, let's see if we can't get Law. This is me being greedy at this point. I'm going to close the net, make sure that Law can't get out. Yep, I still think I'm just learning how to use these guys. They're doing good. They're doing good work. This is definitely user error. I can't blame the unit. I'm used to, cavalry that I can kind of be a bully with, and all that. I don't really feel like going in there and hunting them out though. So if the time runs down and we don't get Law, we don't get Law. It's fine. I'm not that worried. It's what, 400 guys, 300 guys. I mean, maybe I wait. I don't know. I know I wouldn't come out. If I was Law and I was in this nice little hidey hole, I'd be like, all right, you guys win. Good. Have a good time. All right, let them all rest up. People are tired. Well, actually, just third. Third's tired. And you've taken enough losses. You get to rest. You're fine. There you go. Okay, captured, the remnants of Law's unit. Just over 1,000, and I think some of them were in that last moment there. Okay, to just shy of 10,000. Well, actually, if you take into account guns and stuff like that, maybe just shy of 10. So yeah, 10 to 1. I'm actually, it's more like 9 and change to 1. Whatever. Ballpark at 10 to 1, did all the things. As far as the objectives were concerned, a bunch of units did really well. Yeah, so Rock of the Shiloh, they were the hardest hit in the fight. Yep. On a percentage basis, it was definitely second Lightfoot, but otherwise, in terms of raw numbers, it was definitely Rock of the Shiloh, and that's just because that one unit got in over here, and there was not much I could do about that. No promotions, that sucks. A shitload of Enfields though. That's great. Yep, those were 12 pounders. All right, that's fine. Supplies. All right, cool. So this will be the resources that we have going into second bull run. Plenty of cash, plenty of dudes, plenty of rep. I don't have the rep to buy the Springfield 55s, which is a shame because I kind of would like to. However, I'll probably use it to pick up the Parrots. I got to take a look. The Generals aren't terribly compelling at the moment. I've got enough 1 stars at this point. Okay, take a look. What do I want to do here? I think that if I get 8 would get me to 5 brigades per division. That's what I have right now. 5 brigades. Okay, but 9. What would 9 get me? 6 brigades per division. That's particularly interesting. All right. So I think we do. So that won't really help me at the moment, but a point in medicine will, because if I take any serious losses, I get a lot of those men back. Now, this is useful to me now in the short term for second bull run, and then the 2 points in Army Org will be useful to me after bull run. And actually, I'll wait to put points to take a look at how many unit slots. If that makes the unit slots, does that make sense? How many? So I'll wait. So I'm going to put the point in medicine because I want that unit restore 16%. But you see how I'm thinking of the wrong word. Unit slots is probably the right word. But you can bring 40 brigades, right? So a 20 unit core is about right. And so going up to 6 is like, well, is that really good? Do I really want that? So we'll see. Maybe I'll leave it at 7. I don't know. Because they're all round numbers, 20, 20, 20. So, maybe I do that or something. Yeah, well, I mean, more, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and obviously build things out and clean up some of the units that fought at Thoroughfare Gap. And we're going to jump into, damn it. I bet if I get you a better officer, you tick over. Yeah, okay. So evidently the ammo perks work now. So let's try that, see what happens. It makes the most sense. Efficiency or stamina didn't really ever do anything for artillery, so they don't appear to. Do they have the fat? Do they go faster? No. So they don't appear to me to use a lot of stamina firing their guns. And you're also, I don't think that's enough. Let's just for shits, let's see what happens. No. Okay. So I'll go back to Jeffrey or James Javier Sinclair. So what I was shooting for is I wanted to get them the second perk, which the James unit has, stealth plus 200%. That's what I wanted for these guys, is because they typically fight so far in the rear that I can just, if they have the stealth 200%, the Confederates usually just can't see me. And the AI is actually, as much as the AI is pretty good about obeying the same line of sight rules that the player does. Anyway, so yeah, that was Thoroughfare Gap. We're going to get ready for second bull run. Second bull run, I'd like to bring 3-quarter to this fight. If I don't, I'll live, obviously. This is not a significant fighting force. This number here is not really indicative of what you're actually going to fight, because there's like a pre-battle skirmish that happens over here in this small segment of the map that involves these 8,500 soldiers, which is not relevant, or not relevant. Not indicative of what you're going to fight here. And what you find is a Confederate position dug in basically along this position here that sort of begs you to attack it. And that's, short form suicide. It's because they're like, hey, come in over here and then attack over all this open terrain right through here, and it just seems bad. Yeah, I'm getting into second bull run, which is a great, fun, excellent fight, but one that we're going to come to for another day. So this has been Fiasco, Battle of Thoroughfare Gap, Major General Union Let's Play. I hope I had fun. I hope you guys did too. And this is Fiasco, signing out.